Hello, how's it going today? This is some more about the Civil War, as well as the Confederate flag and Columbia, South Carolina. I've listened to a lot of different views on this, and to be honest with you, it's kind of funny that it took a guy to go into a church and kill black people for us to now all of a sudden we want to wipe the Confederate flag out of existence. You know, it's a knee-jerk reaction. I realize that. A lot of people are hurting right now, and, I can understand the knee-jerk reaction to look at the Confederate flag as the racial hatred of the South that had slavery and treated all the slaves so badly. And I look at it and go, that they're just looking at a small part of the Civil War. The idea was up north they had a union, and they wanted the South to become part of the union. And that's where the discourse started, and that's where the Civil War began in 1861. The South wanted to remain independent from the Union. But the Union was going, oh, hell no, we're coming and we're going to fight you. And let's face it, guys, the North won. We are now part of the Union. However, the South, for years and years and years, especially when I was a young boy, we resented the fact that we had to bow down to the North in defeat to become part of the Union. Now, I've heard the statement over and over again, you need to let it go, it's in the past. Well, if we need to let it go and it's in the past, why is it people won't let go of slavery? You never see it. I hear about it constantly, about slavery, about killing the Confederate flag because of past slavery. That's what the flag represents. The Confederate flag only reminds us in the South of our pride. We should be allowed to fly that flag simply because we were the ones defeated. If the shoe was on the other foot, and it was the American flag, which is primarily a northern flag, that's where it began in the Union, okay? What was if it was on the other foot? How would you feel? If the Confederate flag was our flag we were flying, and they're wanting to kill the American flag that means so much to you, it means so much to the North, you would fight as hard as you could, tooth and nail. I mean, I get very passionate about this, but you would fight as hard as you could to save your flag. And if you don't, you're not an American. Because I know you would lay down and die before you allow somebody to take the American flag off the flagpole. All that we're asking here in the South is just to have the right to fly the flag. We're not trying to rub it in anybody's face. We're not trying to say that we hate people or we want to kill people or we want to be racist. It's just a fact of history. You know, if I see a Confederate flag and I have my young child with me, the first thing I'll do is tell the child about the Civil War and the fact that the South lost. And the reason we keep the Confederate flag is to remind us of our own pride back in the day when the South was independent. Yes, it's over now. We're all a union, the United States, all is one, which is great. You can't have a country that has this discourse going back and forth. You need to be united. I understand that. But also just allow the South to have that opportunity to still have its flag. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is the shooting of Charleston. It's kind of sad that it did take a young kid, basically, a young boy, to go into church with a gun and kill a lot of black people to raise the awareness that we need to just simply quit having the Confederate flag because this guy's in the video holding it, right? What would have happened if he was holding a American flag, United States flag, red, white, and blue? What would you have done then if he was holding that flag? You know, the knee-jerk reaction that I would do is say, we need to get that flag down. That flag causes hatred. That flag causes people to go out and do hideous things. So it is a select few people that give the Confederate flag bad meaning. There are other ethnic groups that I'm not going to mention that have their own flags. There are also other ethnic groups that have their own roads named after them, if you get my drift. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not really a racist, never really have been. I have a lot of ethnic group friends. Okay. I live in a place that's primarily 85% black. So I have no problem with them. Listen to me, that's a racist statement, but I have no problem with where I live or the people that live here. I'm just saying, leave the damn Confederate flag alone. Have a nice day.